latest update I'm looking at. The Benue State Government sealed off Joy FM 96.5 Otukpo, a radio station owned by former Senate President Dr. David Mark, in a forceful operation on Thursday. Around 1 p.m., 2 trucks of armed policemen stormed the station, led by Benue Internal Revenue Service Chairman Sunday Odama and Ikwe of the State Ministry of Commerce and Industry Otukpo Zone. Staff members were allegedly manhandled, and broadcaster Oloche Adeyi was forced at gunpoint to stop reading the 1 p.m. news. Joy FM's managing director, Ambassador Christabel Inyanya, condemned the invasion. They stormed the station, destroyed entrance doors, and evicted staff at gunpoint. Even my head of news and receptionists were harassed. I was away in Igumale at the time, she says. Authorities claimed the situation was due to an outstanding 150,000 naira. 150,000 naira. That's why you shut down the radio station. So sorry, I needed to have that good laugh. So they claim that the 150,000 naira business premises fee was owed, but Inyanya refuted this, stating that they are unaware of the debts, and if they owed, they would have paid immediately. I mean, come on, this is David Mark we're talking about, 150,000 naira. I needed to look at that again to see if it was 150 million naira or something. He says that we have not defaulted, questioning the true motive behind the action. Inyanya, also Deputy National Chairman of the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters, vowed to challenge it. This is beyond tax, she says, and they say they must explain this. It stands condemned. Okay, so it's important to know the first time that we're seeing radio stations being shut down by governors of some states. I mean, we've seen that even happen at the federal level. Under Muhammadu Buhari's administration, he shut down AIT, and AIT went blank, I mean, for a long time before they now came back. And I was really surprised, because at the time I tuned into AIT, I wanted to be sure if truly they're going to shut down AIT. And I mean, well, this is just a joke. And AIT went blank. It happened under the last administration, the APC, that's Muhammadu Buhari. We've also seen that play out in Enugu State under Sullivan Chime. Sullivan Chime at the time shut down Dream FM. Dream FM belonged to the former deputy president of the Senate, Ikekwe Madu's radio station. That's Dream FM. So we also have seen that play out in so I think there's another state that it happened in Edo State. It wasn't that it was shut down. The heads of the organization were invited, media at the time, to come and explain certain things, and I'm among those who were the heads of the medium at the time that was invited. That was under Adams Oshomole. So we've seen these kinds of things play out in places and in states where politically exposed people own radio stations or media organizations, and they are not of the party or not in good terms with the current administration of that particular state. So it's almost normal. So what I see that is playing around, what I see that is playing up in Benue State right now. David Mark is not in good terms with the governor of Benue State, which is Hyacinth Aliyah. Hyacinth, of course, has come under criticism has come under heavy criticism about the way he's running the state, the Benue State. He hasn't really exerted his efforts when it comes to security. People who have been displaced by unknown gunmen and farmers' headers clash are still in the IDP camps. They haven't gone back to their villages, which was one of the things he promised them when he was taking over office in May of 2023. So that hasn't happened, and people there are growing really agitated about this promise that hasn't been kept and doesn't look like it's going to be kept anytime pretty soon. and on top of that, we've still seen under him more people being displaced, in their home villages, in their farms, like their farmlands, and even being killed in their farmlands. So that has, continued what we felt that we were running from under the previous government of PDP. Is coming up again and rearing its ugly head under Hyacinth Alia. So there's a possibility that the station didn't do anything. All right, not that they did anything spectacular, not that they even owe 150,000 naira, but I'm sure that the governor has spoken to every other person around him and says that this station is causing me trouble, and he wanted to just find out what he can do to maybe intimidate them, to stir the honest well, to stir to just intimidate those who were there, to see if they'll be able to soft pedal, on whatever it is that they are doing. It's a possibility that the station also is not criticizing him directly. They may have a program that's basically have a lot of following and people calling to criticize him. In government-owned stations, it's very, very easy to control the narrative, because the best you can do is to get in, public affairs analysts who are pro-government, and whatever the situation is, whether it's about security, whether it's about development, they tend to analyze it in such a way that it promotes the government. But this station may have also had independent voices, or better still, allow people on their own to just call in and make their opinion about government policies and programs. And God help you, these guys have sharp mouths. I've done radio for a long time, and trust me, if you open the phone lines for Nigerians to speak about the government of the day, whether it's the state or at the federal level, it is a recipe for disaster if you are not able to control it. And sometimes you will be the one on the hot seat as a presenter. If you're not able to control them, to caution them, you are going to be the one that they will come for. When you try to even be neutral, they tell you that you are siding against them, and you're working for the government. And when you try to be with them, the NBC comes at you and say that you are not even controlling your show. If you're not careful, you will be so mad at everything that at some point you don't feel like you're hosting that kind of show. Because at every point in time you are being criticized, at every point in time you are being watched, at every point in time some of the things that you even post on social media, you can't post them because whatever you say, somebody will, tend to, pick a meaning on it and even bring it to the show and tell you that you posted this on your social media because you are citing this person. And so it's neither here nor there. It's a whole lot of confusion that's on that plate. So there's a possibility that, yes, they may have owed 150,000 naira, but trust me, that there's more to that story. It's not 150,000 naira that they're owing for the so-called business premises fee. That's hilarious, to say the least. But it's fine. Tell me what you think, though. I'd love to hear from you, as always. My name is Charles. Thank you so much for staying tuned in to this channel. Endeavor also to subscribe to this channel. I would love to hear from you, as always. Thank you.